This week, let's talk about metadata, business interest, social media, and structure and agency. Isang classic question na binabato sa atin lagi is social media good or bad for us? And ang classic answer na binibigay natin, it's just a tool. What we do with it determines its value. So if ginagamit mo ang social media to troll or to just laze around, then probably it's bad. But if you're using social media to maintain genuine connections with your family and friends or to learn new stuff, then obviously social media is good. In the same way that knife can be used to either cook or kill someone, it really depends on you. But for social media, that's kind of inaccurate. It's an oversimplification. What I'm going to do here is first explain what are the intention of these tech companies for making these social media apps and websites the way they specifically work right now. Because whether they admit it or not, social media is designed to be addictive by default. So sa simula pa lang, the very onset of opening the app or website, engineers, developers, and designers have already thought of what look or functions is going to make a user so hooked. Pero how exactly do they do this? One thing that must be clear is that these social media giants are businesses and they run on profit, mainly from advertising. Despite the palabok na free naman yung services namin and all of the different slogans and good messages na sinasabi nila lagi, they need money. And they get that from you, from us, through the information and data that we put in the apps and websites. Kasi kailangan ng mga advertisers yon para matarget nila tayo and present all of their products and services. But more than data, your metadata is crucial. Metadata is the behavior you exhibit with your given data. So, para di kayo malito, para mas clear, a simple example is, data is what are the pages or photos or videos that you like. Metadata is how long do you stare at a photo or video? Ano nga kabilis mag-like or comment? Or how much time do you spend scrolling on that page? And tech companies can get all of these information by making you stay and use their apps and websites for as long as you can. Obviously, they don't get any data or metadata if you don't use them at all. Kaya kung napansin nyo, hindi ganun kadali hanapin ang deactivate button. Hindi nga yun makikita sa homepage eh. So how do they make us stay? Hindi naman tayo pinipilit, di ba? Meron naman tayong free will, gamitin natin to. But here's the thing. On the social behaviors that we do, there are two aspects. First is structure and second is agency. Structure involves the different constraints and opportunities in our environment that guides or influences our actions. While agency is our free will, our control, our ability to decide on things. These two things go hand in hand in shaping our social behavior. So, kunwari in terms of your agency, alam mo na nakakasama ang junk food for your health, kaya umiiwas ka dito. Pero yung environment mo is structured in such a way na madali maabot yung mga desserts and sweets kasi nakalatag sa table at very visible, affordable sila, at yung mga nakikita mo mga tao sa paligid mo, yun yung laging kinakain. And more than that, there are very few opportunities for you to learn about proper nutrition and healthy options. So your social behavior can most likely lean towards getting that junk food. This is applicable in any context. Palitan nyo yung junk food to shabu or drugs. No matter how people want to do things the right way, it could be that the environment they have does not give the opportunities or constraints to help them make the right decision. So it's very unfair to blame it on the people, instead to just simply say it's all your fault. So the three tips that I'm going to share will be highlighting how we can customize the structure of our social media environment and how we can empower ourselves and highlight our agency to decide for ourselves so that it is us who is using social media and not social media controlling us. Let's always start with evaluating the default design. Step number 1, turn off unnecessary notifications. By default, we are introduced to the world of social media wherein we are being notified for every single thing. And that is the same case for our electronic gadgets. Lagi na lang tayo ina-alert for every single like, reaction, comment, friend request, or every single activity. And if you notice, the pings happen repeatedly. At di natin mapigilan tingnan itong mga notifications kasi they're designed to be excitement-inducing. Most, if not all, notifications are in red because they suggest hunger, craving. Kaya ganun din yung mga color ng mga fast food chains. And it even shows the exact number of notifications. So basically, mas attractive sa'yo the higher the number. The higher the number, it suggests that you have more to see. Sa mga phones natin, yung mga notifs are always shown on the home screen. For social media sites, the notifs are on the top part because these are the parts wherein we always see things first. This is problematic because we feel compelled or hypnotized without us realizing it. We are doing what these social media companies wanted us to do, and that is bumalik ka dito sa app na to, gamitin mo tong app na to. But know that we can customize the notification settings and even completely mute all of them if that's what you prefer. In our phone settings, we can customize ano ba yung mga apps na gusto mong lumabas yung notifications on your home screen. Sa mga different social media apps, on the activity center and settings, we can always dictate ano ba yung mga klaseng na notifications na gusto nating makita. Gusto mo makita lahat ng notice for every like or reaction? Or gusto mo lang ma-notified every time you receive a tag from a friend? This works because you then have the power na kailan mo lang ba talaga gustong tingnan ng mga social media apps na to? It's up for you to decide. You become more conscious na when you're trying to pick up your phone, iisipin mo, what is that specific thing that I wanted to see? And if I can't think of any, then put your phone down. You don't need to check social media. Step number 2, make the newsfeed invisible. What do I mean? The newsfeed is the most crucial part sa lahat ng social media apps. That's the reason why it consumes the biggest part. It is the first thing that you see, and tech companies intentionally designed it that way to make it so interesting, hindi mo kayang ma-resist, unang titig mo pa lang, hook ka na. One look, one swipe, and you will be mesmerized at hindi ka na makakaalis. So, why not erase it? This suggestion works best in a browser. So, if you're in a work-from-home setup, do check the browser extension Newsfeed Eradicator. But there are many similar apps that can work for mobile devices. So, basically, itong Newsfeed Eradicator, you download it for free and i-attach mo sa browser mo. You can remove the newsfeed part of Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube, pero pwede mo pa rin sila ma-access. Ang hindi mo lang makikita is yung endless newsfeed. Hindi mo ba naisip kung bakit ang default design of opening social media, ang una mo nakikita ay newsfeed and not your account profile? Why do the posts that have the most engagement are the ones that you see first and not the most recent post of all of your friends by the minute? And why are all news feeds endlessly loading automatically? This is to encourage more scrolling and you staying longer in the app. And this is what's being tagged as doomscrolling, na nakatitig ka lang sa phone mo, scroll ka ng scroll, you wanted to stop but you can't because it's always loading. You always have something new to see. And number 3 is add more friction in accessibility. Have you ever experienced just holding your phone, biglang automatic mapupunta yung finger mo sa Facebook without you thinking about it? Likely na-experience mo to pag temporarily mong dine-activate ang Facebook, pero pag hawak mo ang phone mo, parang automatically napupunta yung finger mo in tapping or pressing Facebook. Or while working from home, automatically magbubukas ka ng tab at bubuksan mo ang Instagram or Twitter. It's as if you're programmed to be addicted to all of these sites. So what you just have to do is add more friction, add steps, add more inconvenience before you can actually visit these apps or websites. So here are a collection of tips. You could also use another browser extension. It's called delayed gratification, and self-explanatory na yung name niya. It's meant to give few seconds of delay before you can actually open the websites. You can predetermine ano ba yung mga websites na gusto mo magkaroon ng few seconds of delay, and you use that time to ask yourself, am I visiting this website because there's a specific thing that I wanted to see, or nasanay lang kasi ako? And what about your phones? This is something that you can do. Place the apps on the second, third, or even on the last page. Just don't put them on your home screen. Or if kaya mo siyang ilagay within a folder, as opposed to making it obvious at very accessible and conspicuous, mas okay yon para maiwasan mo silang buksan all the time. And you can even customize the mobile phone settings in your favor. So in Samsung devices, meron silang napakagandang native app na digital well-being, or in Android or iOS devices, meron silang parts sa settings na wherein you can control, you can impose a timer for how long you can use the app. So after 10 or 15 minutes, there will be a message that comes out na, do you still want to use this app? Are you sure? These are healthy reminders that are necessary for us to rethink, bakit ba natin ginagamit yung app for that long? Or you can even turn the screen into grayscale in a predetermined schedule, ideally a few hours and even during your sleeping time, so that the red notifications or the blue screen will not disrupt your sleeping habit. And there you go, ganun lang kadali yun. If you look back on all of these steps, mapapaisip ka, if this is helpful, but din na lang ganito yung default design na inaisip ng mga social media companies? If they really care about our mental health, bakit din na lang ganun? Well, the answer to that is it's against their business interest. They wanted us to use the app. They wanted us to stay longer in the app. They want to have all our data and metadata. We are made to believe that this is normal, na ganito talaga dapat siya, na dinesign lang nila to with our interest in mind para mas maging efficient or entertainment. But you have to ask yourself, at what cost? Well, ikaw lang naman makakasagot niyan. How is the experience of social media for you so far? If you're happy with it, then you don't have to change anything. Just stick to what you do. But if you feel that you wanted to be in control, this is me reminding you that you have the agency to do it. You can be in control. I'm Andrew B, and these are the things I talk about on my channel. If you look closely, all of these things are interconnected. So if you learn something new and if you appreciate what I'm saying here, then please click subscribe and share these tips to your friends. Bye!